How we going? And we are here.
What's happening, everybody? It is your main man, Bo Pickens, and I am back once again with my main man,
Tyrannosaurus Flex. Greetings and salutations, Bo. How you doing?
Yeah. There you go. There you go with the greetings.
Why you give me the dad stare like I'm supposed to be scared of that?
I mean, I don't want you to be scared, but come on, greetings and salutations, man.
Salutations?
Jesus
You're putting
Christ.
extra syllables in something that don't even exist.
Yes, I can see. I'm okay, baby. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. And today, thank you for all that's joining in right now. Appreciate everyone that's joining in right now. Today, we have a beautiful guest with us, and he is one of my bloodline cousins. Appreciate him for coming in. Elder Craig Hawthorne, how you doing today, sir?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Well, I'm good. I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We are doing pretty good. And
outstanding, sir.
And thank you once again for coming on in, giving us a little bit of your time. And first of all, tell the people where you are from.
I'm right here in Texas, Dallas, Texas.
Hey.
On the way up what? South Dallas,
Oak Cliff,
Pleasant Grove.
Oh, Pleasant Grove. Okay.
Oh boy, you went back there with over to the Antioch and all of that.
Oh man.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good? Yeah, I'm right here, born and raised.
Already. So I know that you are a minister now, and you've been a minister for several years. How long have you been a minister?
Oh shoot, man. Well, I'm put it like this: I've been assistant pastor for like 10 years. But I've been a minister probably 16, 17 years old. But has I been a good minister or answered my calling? That's the question.
Right. So with that being said, you said you started at roughly 16, 17 years old. So and how did that become about, starting that early in the ministry at 16, 17 years old?
I was thinking about football practice at 17.
Man, who you telling? I'm with you on that. But you know, when you grow up in church and you kind of know your calling, it's the calling is on your life. Now you accept it then, but then you find yourself doing other things, you know. So I won't say I wasn't a minister then, but acknowledging my calling to probably later on down the road. You know, you got to go through your little ups and downs, your heartaches and your pains and stuff like that. Like you said, high school, 16, I was probably thinking about basketball too.
Sunset, shout out to Sunset High School.
Yeah, Sunset High, with all my Hispanic bros, and all of them. It's just doing different things. And man, when you just say, okay, it's time to do it, then it's just time to get it done. But you know, it was all fun and things, but you know, just had to get back in to what I was called to do. Can't keep running from it.
Right on. Now, what was, I guess you would say, the defining moment where you said, or was it a defining moment that just said, you know what?
Bo's gonna have to get out of my head because I was just about to ask that question.
I'm sorry.
You saying that you was like, you were trying to do basketball, and like, what was it during the first, the second, or the third layup that you was like, you know what, this ain't for me?
No,
I want to talk to people about Jesus.
He actually excelled at it, really good at basketball. He's a great basketball player. He was actually a great athlete all around.
Right on.
Him and my other cousin Titus, they were great athletes. Now, but I mean, after you realized during your teenage years, and then you became an adult, was it a defining moment, like Todd was thinking, and I was saying, was it a defining moment that just said, hey, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do, I gotta stop doing this, and I'm just gonna focus on God?
Oh yeah, it was real defining. I remember me and my best friend, when we graduated, we moved out, had our own crib. So you know how that was. It was just going to a direction where it's a little bit too much fun and doing our own thing. And you know, you get to a point where you're working and you think it's like, man, what is this leading to?
Right.
I said, okay, Lord, you got to show me where I need to start off at, you know, where I need to do. So in 1 month, I literally got my car stolen, and then I lost my job. And I was like, okay, this is where you take me? Do I got to start all the way over? And I was just sitting on my porch one time.
Major harsh reality of life, man.
Man.
Ain't nothing like when God whip you.
Yeah.
Man, it kind of hit me. You know, it's almost like I gained all this while I was out here, but it's almost like he was wiping everything clean.
Right.
And I had to start over with him. So I was on my porch one day, and I was just like, okay. Reality hit. I ended up moving back on with my mom. I said, I just gotta get this thing going.
And ever since then, go ahead, Ty.
No, I was just saying, okay, I was about to just I was riding the wave, man.
And so since and what year do you think that was that had that defining moment?
Shoot, I think 1920, somewhere up in there.
Oh,
You were
that's
that's
a challenging age right there, man.
Yeah. It's like you confuse what you're gonna do with your life, where you're going, and it just kind of hit me, and it's like, okay, I can't run from it, but I ain't gonna even lie. It ain't like I haven't been running from it even since then, because I made up my mind to step back in it. And then, young, got married, had 2 kids, got divorced, and found myself back out there again. So, I ain't gonna say the road has been easy.
Right. And I definitely understand that, because we all go through different things. And when you say you had to make that change, you say that month you lost your car, you lost your job, and you moved in back with your mom. Now, when you got back to your mom's house, what steps did you take to start going on the right direction, I guess you would
First
say?
step, get off the couch. That was the first step.
You know what? It was you don't want to fall in that depression state. So what the first step is just, man, don't give up on yourself. You got to start thinking to yourself. It's like, I got to do this. I have to not just sit here and fall to nothing.
Now,
praying,
now, Mr. Craig, sorry, go ahead.
No, praying, staying focused, and understanding that the position that you're in now, it's not the end of you.
Right.
So it's a state of mind first before you even take that first step, because you don't want to step out there and fall into something else. You got to have sound mind and know what you're doing. So my first step was just like, okay, what am I going to do next? And so I started seeking God first in my steps instead of doing my own thing.
Okay. I believe Ty had a question.
Now,
Go ahead,
Mr.
brother.
Craig, like when you were in your deepest of, I guess moments of like facing that depression, what was the main motivator that held you to your conviction of your faith? Because I know that's very hard. Those are very trying times, and like when people go through a lot like that, they give up either on religion or they give up on themselves. So what was the one thing that made you feel like I can push through this?
I think it's my family. It's 6 of us. And you usually sometimes family is real good to help you motivate and keep you focused on who and where the direction you need to go, especially spiritually. And because honestly, and Corey probably know this, what we saw in the church, you would think it would deter us from the church.
Right.
But one person I know that just literally just kept me grounded was my grandmother.
Right.
Shout out to Granny, may she rest her soul.
I mean, she's like the glue that you don't see that just it can keep a storm together, and just she lay that hand on your shoulder. She like, man, you got this. So if anybody, because we used to call my grandmother, we thought she was the closest thing to Jesus. We call her Jesus' cousin.
Hey.
And
grannies be tight with God, man.
Yeah.
Like they ask you everything under the sun. Now, baby, did you go brush your teeth? Now, before you brush your teeth, did you read your Bible? Okay, there you go. There you go. That's my baby right there.
Yeah. And that was
song saying, I got a praying grandmother. Shoot.
Oh man, what did he say? But I had a praying grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but no,
like
man,
we was about to go to service real quick.
Hey, boy,
I ain't never heard you sing like that before, man. You was hitting that church octave. I can't do that.
Everything.
I got it in me. I got it in me. But back to you, Craig, man. And then you say grandmother, man, and she was a praying woman. Once again, shout out to grandmama.
Hey, grandma.
Shout out. And she was, like I said, she was a praying grandmother. She was one of the best grandmothers you could have. And then I'm gonna sidestep from that a little bit, because I know you play the guitar. You're the one pretty much taught me most of what I know on the guitar. I know you've been playing it for a while. When did you pick that up, and what made you pick up the guitar?
Well, I mean, we was a musical family, so
That's
it was
for
just
sure.
something about it just kind of I gravitate to. Younger brother played the bass, older brother played the drums, the oldest girl, my sister, she played the organ, and I played the guitar.
And not one time did y'all want to be the Jacksons.
So it's just like family.
Yeah. And how old were you when you got your first guitar?
What was I? I was elementary, and somewhere around 7 or 8.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, then a couple of times it got stolen. Then I
Ooh.
got another one. And then when I got older, I got my own.
Yeah, I just since I've been knowing you playing, I know you've had probably 7 or 8 of them
Yeah,
since you started teaching me how to play.
Man.
yeah. I
But
got a few of them here.
yeah, okay. Well, look, I'm gonna have to come over there and borrow one of them things. I know you got a good one. You got one of them Les Pauls sitting in the corner over there.
I play a
Ah,
mean
you saw that,
triangle.
didn't you? Yes, sir. That's my good one.
Yeah.
Already.
Like Miss Craig, you think you got a spot for a lead triangle player?
Oh, well,
How about
you
the
know what?
tambourine? I can do that one too. Just hit it one good time.
You know, you got to be skilled to even play the tambourine. You just can't come and just be beating it.
Oh no.
Dinging, dinging.
I got some choreography for you. I do the robot, I do the wave, and I do
Well,
the
hold on. We
running
can't,
man. You know
we
what I'm
can't
saying?
be roboting and waving in church, man.
Yes, you can. The church
What
say you
what
can
they
express
do now,
yourself.
You can do
No, you
almost
don't. No,
anything.
you gonna look. Hey, you better tell them Craig Deacon's gonna usher you right out the church.
So wait a minute, if I do the robot in the name of the Lord, somebody gonna see me out. Deacon Jones gonna see me out.
I
Yeah.
don't know about this.
I
Some
done
churches,
seen so
but
many.
old
No,
school,
he was saying,
old school Deke be like, "What you doing?"
hey, get him up out of here. Get him up out of here.
What you doing? He look at you crazy.
But okay.
Maybe, right?
Look, I ain't gonna
I wanna
lie.
be soft shoeing with the old ladies with the big old hats. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No, we can't do that.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that. We gonna escort you up out of there.
Man.
But okay, now Craig, I know you are in the you are a field adjuster. For those that don't know what that is, could you explain exactly what that is?
A field adjuster is you work insurance claims. So when a person call on an insurance claim, say if it's some type of major insurance company, State Farm, I'm the adjuster that goes out and appraise the estimate of the damages from the storm. So I get out there, go to a house, climb a roof, and field adjusters. I mean, I just go to the house. It can be any state they call me and go to. So
So you the
I
dude
get
that be
their
handing
claim.
out all the money.
It's some good money in it. It's some good money. Ain't gonna lie, it's some good money in it.
So
Because
Go ahead.
because people be out there, even couples be out there. They make pretty decent money, and then they probably work 6 months out the year, and then chill the next 6 months.
See what I'm saying? That's the kind of money I need to get in my life.
Yes,
Me and my
sir.
baby gonna go do that. But now, what made you get into that field? I know you've been in it for maybe about 2, 3, 4 years, or if not, maybe more than that. So what kind of pointed you in that direction, or what were you doing before you did that to even make you go into the field adjuster?
I was working with a bank, and I was banking in mortgages and banking, just a call center atmosphere. Honestly, what happened? I heard from a friend. Well, actually, I was on a plane. I sat beside this young lady, and she told me about adjusting. I just paid attention to because she was in banking and went to adjusting. And from there, when I went to my job, and I'm funny how I'm tell you this story. When I went to my job and mentioned it to somebody, they told me where I can go get my license. I'm gonna tell you, I had $350 to my name. To get my license, it was $345. I
Look
said,
at
you know what,
God.
Lord, I'm gonna do this. So
You
I
didn't have
put
enough for a value
in
meal
money on that
afterwards.
license. Got my license. A week later, I got a pink notice from where I was working at. So I was being laid off.
Wow.
45 days later, got laid off. 10 days after that, I got hired by this firm, and I've been doing this for 7 years.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, man! It's been 7 years already, bro.
7 years, Doc. 2006, 17, 16, 17, something like that.
Jesus
Hey.
Christ, man! It feel like you just jumped in this in about 2, 3 years ago. I didn't realize it's been set. Well, yeah, the baby's been graduating and all of that good stuff. Look, where I been for 7 years.
Yeah. Man, I know I ain't been here. I've been on that road trying to make that money. But yeah, it's been that long, and it's been a blessing how I fell into it, because it was just, you got to pay attention to certain people that when you're trying to help yourself out and people trying to help you, you get that good news, hey, you kind of fall into it, and then it was a blessing for me and my family.
Right on, right on. Now, what is it like going out on the road and being out there? Because I know you could be in Arizona one week, and next week you could potentially be in Chicago freezing your butt off. So how is that travel and things like that on the body, and how do you handle that mentally? Especially, I know you got your 2 baby girls. You know what I'm saying? They're older, but how do you even handle just being away from them and just being away from home like that?
It's a mental thing. You gotta be very disciplined. I mean, because you can get out there and get lost. Because I've been
Very
somewhere
quickly.
from Georgia, Indiana, Virginia, Chicago, and you can fall into some stuff that you shouldn't be falling into. So you gotta be mentally strong, and you gotta have a work ethic, because if you don't have it, you can easily lose this job.
Yep.
So
Right on.
seriously, mentally, you got to be stable and just be aware of your surroundings. And again, keep praying, ask God to keep you safe. Because I've been on the road one trip, 16-hour drive straight in the
Jesus.
middle of the night. You're going through Virginia, them mountains. You don't never know what's going to come against you. You can fall into a ditch. And sadly, it happened to a friend of mine. He was just out on the road, just trying to go to one site to another, and then they found him like 3 days later. He was lost. So you got to be careful, but it's just a mental thing. You really got to be disciplined in this job.
Yep.
Okay.
Them over the road people, man, they have a strong will. I did it for a while, and it's very tough. And like Mr. Craig was saying, there's a lot of things out there that can jump up and get you, man. So like you have to really have a strong mental mind state to go out there, that you are not going out there to play. You going out there to have, to make a living for yourself and bring that money back.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
You can get
man.
lost.
And now, how is that? Because I know they can be strenuous, like we were saying about you. Because I know you have my little cousins. They're a little older now. But in the beginning, how? Because I don't know how old they were. Obviously 7, so they had to be what 10, 11 when you first started doing this.
Yeah.
You had to start traveling. So how did you overcome that?
It was a little toll, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they didn't take it well either. Because when I'm always around, when you're a father, you try to be around as much as possible. When you go on the road like that, you got to keep constant communication with them. Let them know that you're okay, and talk to them every day. And but being away from them was the hard part. Because you know me, anytime I come home, I fly home in a minute just to be with my girls.
Yeah, I know.
It took time, but then they got older and understood. They be like, "Daddy, I know you at work. Daddy, I know you're going to work. Daddy, I know you're at work." But shoot, now they're in college now. I can't even get them to call me sometimes. So,
It be like
Shout
that.
out to little cousin in college. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, one all the way Boston, the other one all the way in Hawaii. It's just like, okay, y'all went farther than me. So, but hey, I'm proud of them though.
Right on.
Right on, right. And with that being said, I was just about to ask you that to be able to reap the benefits of you being away, working hard to be able to provide for them to be able to do the things that they're doing. As a dad, how, I know you said you're proud, but how can you put it in the? I guess you would say make it elaborate on it a little bit more.
Man, it's just them growing up and becoming more mature women, and you become a proud parent when you see what you put in them and you taught them, and how you raised them is coming to fruition. They staying out of trouble. They getting. I mean, my girls talking about college is easy compared to high school. I'm like, seriously? I mean, you coming
Wish I
on
coulda
with
said that.
I guess you coming on with a 4.0 and a 3.6. It's like, okay, well, keep doing what you're doing.
Well, something is
but I'm
working.
glad
It's
it's-
definitely working.
Man, I'm glad they've grown up where they are, and they're experiencing life for themselves, and to understand, okay, I can trust them now. Because as a father, well, the first thing I did was calculate how many hours it's going to take me to drive to Boston. How
Right.
much money it's going to cost me to fly to Hawaii if I need to.
Right.
I'm worried about their safety as a father.
Right.
But
Right.
they have shown me certain areas that they've grew up in, just being mature, doing things on their own, establishing life without me. And it's like, bam, okay, I can relax a little bit.
Right.
Still
on.
praying, but I can relax a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to keep that prayer. Don't stop, baby. That prayer gonna be there
Man,
till
it
you
don't.
gone.
I'm just
Go ahead.
curious. I'm sorry, Mr. Craig. You say you got one child that's in Hawaii going to school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is their course of study out there? Because I know the University of Hawaii is out there, but I'm curious. Like, what is their major?
Hawaii, her major is in Korean Eastern Studies. She
Korean?
speaks Korean fluently. She taught herself junior and senior year in high school, and so she's doing Eastern Studies Korean and probably study abroad over in Korea.
Wait, you said she taught herself Korean?
Yeah, and know how to write it and read it too.
Man.
Out of all the language, you pick Korean.
Yeah,
But
that
you know
ain't a
what?
simple transition from English too. Like that is hard.
But if you notice, it's a lot of Korean companies that are coming to the United States. If you start
Yes.
paying attention, It's a lot of jobs online that as opposed to bilingual Spanish and English. That's a lot of Korean and English jobs. If you start looking around, it's a lot of companies that are here from China, Japan, you know what I'm saying, different areas of Asia. So that is a very good language to know because they have a lot of the big businesses here.
And see, I thought I was flexing because I knew Spanish.
I mean, that's still a flex. I mean, you in Texas, baby. If you can speak Spanish, you can pretty much you kind of call your own shots to a certain extent.
Yeah,
yes, very much so.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
She did that, man. She did that. That was just so impressive to me and her mother. I mean, it was just like, and she trying to teach us, but she just knows the dialect and everything of it. And of course, that my other one in Boston, she got a scholarship for music. So shout out to her, Mia Elise.
Shout out to Mia Elise.
Yeah,
and
she put on the
follow
show
her.
yesterday, so we're just waiting for it to come back, and that'll be posted here. So she's doing her thing out there, both of them doing their thing, and I'm just a proud father.
Right on. Shout out to Mia Elise. Follow her on Instagram at Mia Elise. She's a beautiful singer, man. My little cuz, she has such a dude. She has a beautiful voice, man. Like
Is it better than yours?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, right. She surpasses me way. She's way beyond me, brother. I'm just a little piece of salt in the salt shaker compared to her.
Man. Mr. Craig, I gotta ask you, being so musically inclined in your family, like, why wasn't the idea of possibly starting like your own music group ever come to mind?
Well, we did have one.
Okay.
My sisters,
Do tell.
they sung "Chosen by God." Funny you should say that. I looked at the CD just the other day, and it was probably 2008 or 9. They put on a live recording. They have a CD out. They brought it out then.
Right on.
They just older now. You know, we all within a 10-year span. We all in our 40s, so they've been singing forever. If you want to ever hear them sing, especially the leader, Antioch Worship Center, see her on YouTube. If you want to hear our kids that sing, go on, pull up YouTube. Was it Chosen Generation? You'll see a bunch of kids, all my nieces and nephews singing. So they've been out there singing. I'm like Corey. Corey used to always say, "Man, we need to be traveling."
Bro, Craig, how long I've been telling y'all we need a family group?
Us forever.
I'm just
Bro,
saying.
it is roughly what, Craig, about 90 of us when you count everybody.
You got like 16 guitarists, 12 flute players. I mean,
hold on, we have what, 4 or 5 drummers. We have 4. That's including you. No, we probably got 6 drummers. Me and Craig, we're the only one. No, me, Craig, Julius, and my little brother David, we play the guitar. David also plays the saxophone.
and so
Adria.
y'all got band names already. Like, how many people you know named Corey that don't play an instrument? And Craig, that sound like a singer name. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Mia, you know. Come on. Was it, you said Julius?
Julius.
I ain't never heard of anybody with a regular job named Julius. That wasn't even it. Oh wait, that was his real name. That was Chris Rock's dad's real name. Touche, brother. Touche.
But yeah, man. So like I say, and now I know we're gonna kind of skip gears real quick. So I know you're going in, want to be a home inspector. So tell us a little bit about that. Did you want to go say something?
Oh no, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying something. Okay, I'm sorry.
Rally on.
My peripherals were working. My peripherals. But no, Craig. I know you said you were going on. You want to be a home inspector. So what all does that entail? I guess you would say as being a home inspector.
Well, inspector is just when someone trying to sell a property, or a homeowner just want to know the value of their property and the condition of their property. So what they'll do, either realtor, agents, whoever call me to inspect the property, just to let them know the condition of the property, in and out. And the reason why I'm trying to do this is just to come off the field. Because, ministry right now, I'm putting that solely first as an assistant pastor. So I need to come off the field. And then the inspecting part is going to be starting my own business, doing it my own self. So I can it'll be flexible for me to do God's work. And, of course, still got to make that money. Still got to do the work that needs to be done to survive. But it's just basically I get to a point where new developments, when they start building houses, I just go out and inspect the foundation, then they put the structure.
That level of
like
entrepreneurship I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, because they're gonna always be building something. So if I get to a point where I can get contract out, I just be money in my pocket.
You know, one thing I could say about Dallas that I really love, the level of entrepreneurship in the black community. Ever since I moved here, I have met more black millionaires or black business owners or, black startups. Man, that is like a beautiful thing. Like I really like dig that atmosphere, man. That is so cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
in this time and day, man, it is the best way to go to a certain extent. Now, obviously, we know people have to work jobs to maintain bills, and things like that. But after a certain point, you figure if you do sit down and work for a company 30, 40 years, you probably end up with maybe what $150,000, $200,000, as opposed to working your job, starting your own business. You, of course, most companies in the first 2 years, you potentially may lose business, just depending on what you're doing. But
Yeah.
you figure, like, even when we were interviewing Coffee Man last week, he turned a 4-foot coffee table and coffee drinks into $100,000 business.
Man.
So why would I go work for somebody to get $150,000 30 years from now?
Yeah,
when
you
I
can
can
get
go
it.
get when I can go get it in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
Right. The money go back
Right.
straight into your pocket, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I think that's
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Go ahead,
You
Craig.
got you got to put yourself in position to grow. I mean, because the thing is, if the mindset, I tell people, a lot of people are don't have because it's just a state of mind. A lot of people are in a situation because they haven't been taught or haven't been shown. So it is like you said, a lot of black people here in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex trying to do their own and learning. Information is knowledge, and knowledge it will help you grow. And we got because the government's not going to take care of us after you work
At
40,
all.
50 years after that one job. They're not trying to give you anything. So sometimes you just got to do it on your own. But it's an awesome feeling to try to just be able to move and motivate, and to motivate young black men. Hey, you can do it on your own.
Right on.
Well, now that you have a platform here, Mr. Craig, what kind of motivational advice can you give to that young startup or that black entrepreneur that's trying to aspire to get where you are?
Good question.
You know what? I'll tell them to be patient with themselves, because we tend to kind of rush into things and hoping things happen at a quick pace. So you got to be patient with yourself, because it can get frustrating sometimes because you don't think it's moving as quick or as fast as you want to go, or be in a position where you like, I should have been here already. But no, if you take your time and do it right, and once you get that to that point where you're established, it'll be done right. Because sometimes quickness is not always good. You want to be thorough and have structure around what you're trying to do. So the main thing, and I used to tell young people today, just be patient with yourself. Don't rush. And some of them be 21 years old and they be talking about their life is over. I'm like, you 21.
Yeah.
Just be patient with yourself and take your time. Don't compare yourself to nobody else. Do your thing. Do what you love doing. And if you're happy doing it and it's legal and what you're doing.
I like how you put that legal in
Right
there.
on, right on.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. You want to be happy with yourself, and when things are legal and you're comfortable and you're making good money, or money that you're making you stable, then it's a good feeling. Everybody don't want to be rich, but everybody want to be comfortable enough to be able to have to worry about paying a bill or worry about getting somewhere. But if you want to be rich, hey, just be patient with yourself, because we have a tendency of rushing ourselves to do something that we're not ready for. You can give a poor man $1 million. Question is, does he know what to do with it? He can be broke in the next 6 months.
Yep. And I always say proof is in the persistence of the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have the drive or you have the desire, the dream of wanting to do something, can't nothing keep you away from it. You may pull away from it or you may have to stop for a little bit, but if it's a dream that is truly yours, you will find a way to make it a success.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That is so true. I mean, you because you have to. It's your dream, and ain't nobody gonna believe in your dream like you.
Right.
You can have
That's
people.
it.
You can have people surround you, supporting you as much as you want to, but it is ultimately up to you to push that. Push to that goal.
Yep.
But yeah, man. So, Craig, I really want to thank you for coming in, brother. Really appreciate
Yes,
you. Really
sir.
appreciate you for coming in.
Absolutely, man.
You can stay on, or you can, if you want to. Or I don't know if you have anything to do, but we are going to get into some things to Ty's conspiracy corner. And I think you may have some
Yeah, 'cause
opinions
he
on.
said something about something flying over California.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you may have some opinions on this. So right now, I'll yield the floor and turn the floor over to my main man, Tyrannosaurus Flex.
What up, people? People, I got something good for y'all today. I originally started this topic on the discovery or the surveillance of a mysterious creature like entity flying over California. First, it was originally discovered in late December of 2023 by the U.S. military. They said that they tried to follow it with a drone, but it had thermal blockage. In other words, like you can only see it by its heat signature. You couldn't see it through infrared, and you couldn't see it through through night vision. So the government had a recon team go out and try to track it. And the only way that they could track it is by, heat signature. And they said that the drone that they were using has the ability to even track, the speed of something, like say like a tire, like for as low as the 27 miles an hour and up. They couldn't even keep track of this thing.
That's how fast it was.
That's how fast it was going. It was going insanely fast. And then another thing about it is like it also was able to have submersive capability. In other words, it could go underwater. It was actually underwater when they were tracking it for 17 minutes. Then it dropped, and then it popped back up out of the water at a 45-degree angle into the atmosphere, and they lost it. Now, what I was about to include that a month ago, they found the same thing hovering over the city of California. Now, if you see this thing, man, the way that they describe it, it almost looks like a jellyfish. It has long tentacles. It had wing-like appendages hanging from its body, and some people all even wanted to compare it to a seraphim. Do you know what a seraphim is?
No. Could you explain that to me?
Mr. Craig, have you ever heard the term a seraphim?
I have not.
Okay, a seraphim is it's a depiction of an angelic figure or an angelic creature. It's actually one of the highest angels in God's court. Now, and that also made me think about some things like the aliens or the mysterious monsters that we've seen throughout history, and I've started to make this correlation between science and religion. Okay. Now, before I go into this topic, I want everybody to know, anybody who's within earshot of me, I do not knock religion. I do not knock spirituality. What I'm trying to do here is just try to prove a correlation between the two languages and see that there is a comparison.
Okay.
Now, where I got this from, believe it or not, one of the things that made me just go completely bonkers over this, last night I was watching this movie, Thor: The Dark World.
Okay, go ahead.
Follow me now. Okay,
I'm
not talking about superheroes now, but there is a correlation to it. There's a part where Thor is talking to this woman by the name of Jane Foster. He says, "What you humans have called our technology, you have used the word as magic." And I'm thinking about that in correlation with all the things that we talk about, in accordance to the Bible and accordance to science. Mm-hmm. You can even go back to, talking about, creatures as like the Nephilim. Do you know what the Nephilim was?
Yeah, the Nephilim. That's the children of the fallen angels and human women, correct?
Right. Now, the Nephilim was depicted as huge, hulking, impenetrable. That means like they couldn't be hurt by man-made weapons. Mm-hmm. Staggering men of like big fur, huge arms, like they were strong, like they could take on 2-3 men at a time. I did some research on like the development of man, and there was different subspecies of man throughout the creation of Earth. Now I started listening to the description of the Neanderthal, and it also sounded a lot like the description of Wait, did I say Neanderthal?
Yes.
I meant to say Nephilim. I was leading into the word Neanderthal.
Go ahead.
Now, it has been proven that several different species of man existed at one time, and one of them was the Homo sapien and the Neanderthal. And the Homo sapien had several stories depicting of these giant hulking beings of huge teeth and strong, strong nature, and they couldn't be killed. Like they had tough skin and tough bone density and huge teeth, and they were known to be cannibals. Mm-hmm. That sounds like a Nephilim to me. If you go back into the Bible, you would hear about these tall beings of immense power and extreme destruction, and that caused chaos among the regular men. That's exactly what the Neanderthal was doing. So many words are connecting right now. I'm sorry.
It's the ends that's getting you.
It's the ends. I can't say ends together. N and M and them. Some. But anyways, it also made me think about the other animals that were depicted in the Bible that people want to try to, debunk, that scientists want to try to debunk. Mm-hmm. But come to realize we all speak in the same language. There was another animal that came across in the Bible as it was called the behemoth. Now, if you look at the description of a behemoth, it depicts this animal as a creature with a long neck and a long tail and body, bones made of brass and skin tough like the red oak. That sounds like a brontosaurus to me.
It could potentially be a big dinosaur.
Yeah.
What's your opinion, Craig?
Oh, I'm trying to listen to what he's describing. I want to know, what did they say they found when they couldn't, what they saying it was, what they was tracking? Did they say anything in what they was tracking?
No, sir. I'm not talking about the animals right in this this part of the segment. What I'm saying is I'm making the correlations to animals that they've already discovered. Say like scientists have found millions of fossils from millions and millions of years ago, but they want to just classify it as a dinosaur. But even like back to the terms of in the terms of the Bible, they were already talking about these animals. They just called them different things. Like even they made references to dragons. They would talk about these winged creatures that were flying in the sky. That sounds like a pterodactyl to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's been a common misconception that humans have had throughout the years, is like we always want to try to put description to things we can't understand. But in all reality, we have been doing that for since the beginning of time.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and what I was trying to get to is that, I didn't want to try to make a separatist conversation saying that science was more right than religion or religion was more right than science. I just found that there's been this amazing connection that we've all been basically speaking the same language since the beginning of time. And I thought it was just very interesting, at the fact that these animals or, these beings that literally lived on this planet, it was already in the scripture. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it was already in the Bible. It was, and then we come back later on and we try to classify it as, something else. But I just thought it was like a beautiful correlation that we've all been saying the same thing.
I mean, it's just like if I'm on one side of the world and you're on the other side of the world, what you may call, and obviously now a turtle is called a turtle across the world, right? Everybody knows across the world a turtle is a turtle. But if I'm on one side of the world, you on the other side of the world, you may have a different name for said turtle.
Correct.
And I may have a different said name for same species of animal.
Right.
So you never know, and then especially when you put in the time lapse between now and years ago in the Bible. And obviously we know people are. Go ahead, Craig.
No, but I like how you said it, and it makes real sense, because they try to put a different name on it now, thinking they're finding something new, when everything that's been said and done or has lived once before is in the Word of God.
Right.
So I like it. It's just, but then they try to make it seem like they discover something new, and nothing is new under the sun. Of God. Everything has been done, and then we come back and be like, okay, we're gonna name this because we have never seen this. But I like the example you said, Corey. It could be something that is in Australia that we have never seen, but as soon as we see it over here,
we call it something else.
It's where this come from. This is an alien. We try to nitpick it, where it's been here all the time.
And if I don't know if you guys watch like the Nature Channel and things like that. They're still discovering different species of animals and insects and things every day.
Let alone the ocean.
Let alone, I mean, we've only discovered 5% of the ocean.
Yeah.
So we can imagine, we can't imagine what's in the ocean. I don't think a whale is the biggest creature in the ocean. I'm pretty sure it's something.
No. They got things that live at the bottom of the ocean because of the pressure difference that we will never be able to touch.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely believe that, like, even like you say, and I don't mean to take over the conversation.
No, it's okay.
In the spread of time, it's things that, like you say, this could have been potentially a flying lizard. We'll just say a flying lizard, whatever the case may be, or a pterodactyl in the Neanderthal times. And today, we don't have pterodactyls, obviously, but I guess the biggest thing we would get close to a pterodactyl is what a vulture,
harpy eagle, actually.
Harpy eagle is the biggest bird, the biggest bird.
Harpy eagle or the California condor. Don't quote me on it, but those are one of the biggest birds on record right now.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, even with that, but even now, if you got a California condor over here, and you take it to a remote island that has never seen a California condor,
exactly.
That's potentially a new god for them.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, not to be funny, but you know what I'm saying?
What's on this earth?
Yeah, and like I don't know if you've seen the movie. Have you seen the movie The Gods Are Crazy?
Yes.
Have you seen that movie, Craig? The Gods Are Crazy?
No.
Okay, so it's basically about the guys drop a guy throws a Coke bottle out of a plane window,
Yeah.
and it lands in this small African village, and everyone begins to fight over this Coke bottle because it fell from the sky.
Mm-hmm. They
Because
felt like it was a gift from God.
Yeah, and they never seen the Coke bottle. But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No. I was agreeing with you. Like they never seen like anything built like that because they come from very, humble livings. They're a small tribe in Africa, and here comes this glass bottle with this bright, pretty coloring on it. They think it's actually a gift from the heavens because it came from the heavens and actually hit like one of the people in the head.
Yeah,
right?
it actually hit one of the people in the head.
Yeah. But no, like that's what I was saying. Like it's so amazing to me that like we have literally discovered things 15 million times over, and it's like we're still fighting about terms and definitions and stuff. When literally, like I was telling Bo earlier, like it's like me speaking Spanish and him speaking English, but it like in the same sense, if we break it down, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Hola.
But go ahead.
No, but going back to the creature that was being videotaped, it's amazing. If you ever get a chance to look at it, Bo, I don't know if you saw it yet.
I did.
Man, this thing is freaky looking. It literally looks like a jellyfish just floating in the sky, and can't nobody tell us what it is.
What is the kind of like the things on the Alien Invasion movie with
Yes.
where
Tom Cruise?
Is it Battle of Los Angeles or
Yeah.
battle where the dude had to kill the guy because he was screaming and his daughter was in there with him?
Yeah, that was Battle of Los Angeles.
Yeah,
No, that was War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
Yes.
War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
So it kind of looks like those because that's what they kind of look like.
It looks just like that, except it's like more compact, and this thing moves at wicked crazy speeds, man. Like when you see this thing on camera, like you're gonna be like, this is something from a movie. Right. But apparently they caught it like multiple times from military surveillance, from people on their cell phones on the streets of California. But man, like when you look at it and you actually go back and read like the definitions of what, angels were depicted as, like, I don't know if, too many people know this about, the classification of angels, but when you read about it and you hear about the description of them, they're not these little angelic people with like, little robes on, the little cute little babies with wings. These things were monstrous. Like the first look at them, they will scare the crap out of you. They're like, I'm talking about several hundreds of eyes on tentacles, like with appendages that look like octopuses and wings and stuff. Some of them even were depicted to have the head of like a bear, a tiger, and a man. You know what I'm saying? And I think about this and all the stories that we talk about, like the urban legends or the Greek mythology stories of the half man this or the half lion this. Maybe we have been coming into contact with these angelic beings or mysterious beings since the beginning of time. And since because at that moment we didn't have the proper knowledge or the proper education, we call them something else.
Potentially, that could potentially be, it's like I say, we during the different times we never know what they could have potentially called them or what we call them, and we don't. I don't know. Like even with the Greek mythology, I'm gonna be real. I'm not, into
That's
the Greek.
my speed right there, man. I love that stuff.
I mean, I know a little bit about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a master on it. I know you know a little bit more about it than me.
I dabble a little bit.
Nothing wrong with dabbling. Yeah, just don't put your nose in too far. But no, so I definitely understand that aspect. And I forgot what I said.
Yeah, just follow it back. I'm with you.
No, with the Greek mythology, there are different. It's a lot of things that are depicted in several different religions that are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously the devil, number one, he is in every religion, and he pretty much looks the same in every religion.
Mm-hmm.
And if not the same, he's either black or red. But it's pretty much the same monstrous figure with the horns, things like that. So
when
like
he wants to appeal to you, he comes as like a somebody of beauty, because originally wasn't he like one of like the
he was the most beautiful
angels, and when he walked around, music followed him.
Yeah, he does come. Now I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Now with that being said, I'm gonna go off a little bit, the track a little bit. Now can an ugly person come to you and be the devil?
Absolutely. Call bill collectors.
He tripping.
Called ex-wives. I mean, or ex-husbands, whoever. The devil comes at you in many forms, and sometimes it be the one that's most
Comes to you
apparent.
in many forms. You
Oh
exactly.
no, I was just joking because we were talking about the devil being.
I was
the most-
joking too. No, I wasn't.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
But no, all in all, man. But yeah, go ahead, finish your segment. I'm
I
sorry.
Well, no,
wanna say,
I was,
you think if anything that they was found back then, you think we'll be able to handle it today? The image you was describing of the way the angels look,
like,
what they were seeing.
no,
how
God,
would we
no.
be able to handle that today?
No, I would think that that's like a monster trying to give us impending doom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, even to add on what you're saying, I do think there are traits of the characteristics of these Nephilims because they were actually real beings. They were Neanderthals. We see them all the time. We just call them something different. We call them athletes. We call them strong men. We call them bodybuilders. You know what I'm saying? There's this dude right now that is living on this planet Earth by the name of Brian Shaw. If you ever get a chance, look him up. This brother is 6'9", over 400 pounds, lifting cars and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This dude is monstrous. You know what I'm saying? If you see something like that back in the day with a club in his hand, you're probably going to call that a monster too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna call it nothing. I'm gonna run because I want to see tomorrow.
Exactly.
Look, somebody got to live to tell the story.
Man, and it definitely will be me. I ain't got to be fast. I just got to be faster than you.
What happened to Tyrone?
Tyrone took off. You're going to see a silhouette of Ghost that looks like a short, chubby brother. I'm telling you.
Oh
I'm
boy.
gonna outrun you this time.
We say, go ahead, Craig.
No, I was saying I'm gonna outrun you this time. I ain't never beat you before. I'm gonna beat you today.
All right.
Hey, look, you hear me?
I
Ain't gonna
might
lie.
trip you too.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. We may have to trip Craig. He pretty fast.
That brother looked tall from here. Yeah, definitely.
he about 6'2". He's pretty fast.
Oh yeah. See, he looked tall and lanky. A perfect stick to trip over the enemy. There you go. Do your service, Craig. Thank you. Do your service.
Oh man, all right. But anyway, go ahead, man.
No, I mean that's all I got. I really that.
For the team.
Well, go ahead, sir.
I said I ain't taking one from the team. Y'all gonna be on your own. Then.
You ain't got no choice with me. I'm tripping you. I'm sorry. I know I'm slow. I got about a strong 26 seconds of sprinting in me. After that, it's a labored jog. And then after that, I'm walking. And I hope I got far away enough to do that because I'm going to just look back at the monster and be like, here you go.
Hey, look,
I hope I give him indigestion.
look. How about this? Everybody just run a
say-
separate way.
You gonna defeat him some way. He eat me, he gonna throw me up.
There you go. I'm going to bite back, too, while he chewing on me, just right on the nose.
Look, Craig, he gonna throw up that Jesus in you, baby. No, this, hold on, he gonna get you. No, that's Jesus' child. We gotta let him go. We gotta let him go. Look, what he say? Have you tried my faithful servant, Craig?
Right? I try to rationalize with, you don't want me. I'm just gummy.
Gonna
Like,
catch the Holy Ghost. He's gonna walk away.
Hey, in the name of Jesus.
see,
Hey,
while you
I
doing
had
your
a-
shot I'm doing my running dun.
Said,
You hear
run
me?
it down.
Look, I'm
Go ahead, shot for. I hope God save you, but I'm gonna use my two left.
Look,
I'm gonna do my 2024 left rights. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting up out of there.
I'm gonna pull out my Bible and say, but I had a praying grandmother.
You know what? Hey, pray to grandma. Pray to grandma. Your version of praising God is totally different from mine. If I can get away, I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Being able to run.
There you
Oh
go.
man, look, I'm standing on Jesus.
Well, you can stand with him in the same spot that monster eat you. I'm gonna be on the street. I'm gonna be on the street calling for help. They be like, "Where's your friend?" I don't know. Between the lower and mid intestine, I don't know. He said, "Save me," and I said, "I'm gonna try." And this was my way of doing it. I'm so sorry. I will have the fakest tears. This is a travesty. Somebody gotta live to tell the story. I ain't gonna tell the cops that. I'm just like, he told me to go. He told me to go. He said, "Save yourself."
I hope a deer hunter got a camera in the woods so
I
he can
hope so,
see you
too.
running.
Yes, he will see
Shame
the
on you.
fastest fat man on the planet. You understand me? You will see 2 legs and a stomach. That's it. The face will be a blur. The glasses will fall off my face. I don't care. I'm
Oh,
running.
whoa. Now, hold on. Now, don't move too fast because, now we blind, fam. We can't be running through the woods without our glasses.
Gotta
I
see
will
where
use
I'm going.
echolocation, brother.
Hold
That
on,
would be
hold
the one time.
What'd you say, Craig?
You gotta see where you're going. You don't run to
Hey,
the street,
hey.
it's all over.
Hey, got to see, baby. Hey, you blind too, ain't you,
If
Craig?
God is with me,
Hey.
he will use my sight. You understand me?
He's reading glasses.
They're reading glasses. I wouldn't
Long
need
as I
reading
can see
glasses
far,
when
I'm
I'm
get where
scared.
I'm
My
going.
everything will be amplified.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Craig?
I said, as long as I can see far where I'm going, I'm gonna make it.
There you go.
Look, till one of them sticks hit you in the eye
Shoot.
that you couldn't see. But anyway, man, we're about to go ahead and close this out. It has been a beautiful and a lovely show. Shout out to my kinfolk, Elder Craig Hawthorne. The man is on the up and move.
Thank you
Shout out
again,
to my
Mr.
little
Craig.
kinfolk. They are on
Appreciate
the
y'all.
up move.
Appreciate you.
And Craig, tell the people where they can find you at on Sundays.
At Antioch Worship Center.
Right on.
In Mesquite, Texas.
Can you
Don't
give the
forget,
address, sir?
The 6245 Shannon Road, Mesquite, Texas.
Right on. For all the people who ain't got nothing to do on
On
Sunday,
YouTube,
and even if you got something to do on
Antioch
Sunday,
Worship
you bet.
Center, Pastor Julius Keith Sanders, and you know First Lady Marion Sanders. You know how we do it.
Hey,
All right. What time the service start?
Start at 10:15 on the dot.
That's
do
right.
Not start late.
Hold on. Now let's ask the real question. What time is service over? Ooh.
I just told you 10:15. We will not.
No, I
start
said
late.
what time is it over?
Yeah.
Oh, 90 minutes flat. You know,
90. That's a long.
That's
90
why I
minutes.
asked, because I knew what he was gonna say. I wanted him to let the
Hour and a
people
half.
know.
we don't do those back in the day when it's 3:00 in the evening.
Right.
We started at 10:30.
It ain't like the white people's church where you get in at 3 and you be done at 3:59.
Right.
You got prayer worship, you got news coverage, you got the Bible worship, you got praise dances, you got the tap dances, you got the soul sister line, you got everything in between. After a while, you're gonna be sweating, feeling like you just left a concert.
I just want to go home.
Right, I just want to go home.
And then got to be back.
Like
at
even
5
God took a
o'clock.
break. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you say?
And then got to be back at 5 o'clock. You know how we used to do back in the
Oh,
day.
Oh
man.
boy, yeah, we was there. Yeah, be there at 9 o'clock. Leave at 3:30. Be back at 5.
For
Stay there at
Bible
about
study.
10 o'clock, and then hopefully we'll go to school in the morning because we still be tired from church.
Oh,
They gonna wake
man.
us up to go to school.
You hear me? Didn't get in. Hey, didn't get into bed till 12:30. You waking me up at
12:30.
6:30.
Oh man.
But anyway, man, this has been a beautiful show. Shout out to my main man, Elder Craig Hawthorne. Shout out to my main man.
Tyrannosaurus Flex with 2 X's.
Don't put 3. You
No.
don't. Yeah.
That's from my backsliding days. Y'all don't want to see that.
But anyway, man, you guys have a blessed and a beautiful day, and we are out of here.
Hey.